Ontario's child welfare system takes children and youth into their care who have experienced abuse, have complex mental health needs, or are orphaned. Cassidy Frank was one of those kids. She was sent to a for-profit group home in Hamilton run by Hats Off, the second largest operator of youth group homes in Ontario. It was there that Cassidy witnessed harsh physical abuse, awful food, and horrific conditions. When the opportunity to live with a Hats Off staff member arose, Cassidy jumped at the opportunity, hoping for an escape. But weeks later, she was removed by Hamilton Police Services' Human Trafficking Division. Tragically, Cassidy was not alone in her experience. A months-long investigation into Hats Off homes found that allegations of human trafficking went ignored, staff were extremely unqualified, children were being over-medicated and physically restrained at disproportionate high rates. Speaker, why is this government sending children and youth like Cassidy to live in abusive conditions?
Community and Social Services.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member opposite for the question. This scenario is horrific, and our government is absolutely committed to making sure that we leave no room in our system for providers who are not operating in compliance with the requirements set out. No room. Our aim is for families and communities to be strengthened and supported through preventative services and early intervention, and that's why we are implementing a redesign for the child welfare system in Ontario. We acknowledge that there's issues, and there's been long-standing issues, and we're the government that is taking action to address this issue in so many ways. To improve the oversight of licensees, we've added 20 new staff to support enhanced inspections of the Children's Residential Services System. Since January 2022, we've boosted the number of inspections at licensed group homes. We're improving data collection and measurement tools to improve service, and we're backing that up with investments. Our priority is to make sure that every individual, child and youth has a safe and loving home. We'll continue to make these important changes, continue to back it up with investments. This is important to our government, and we're—
Thank you. Thank you very much. The supplementary question.
Speaker, to the minister, you have been in government for 4.5 years while these kids have lived in conditions where there were bed bugs and rodents, where they were being abused and starved and trafficked and over-medicated. It's your responsibility. Stop trying to abdicate. Speaker, every day this government doesn't implement and enforce stronger child welfare rules is another day a child is subject to abuse within a system that is supposed to protect them. Global News obtained a secret government draft report flagging the issues at Hats Off years ago. Some of the devastating allegations include a staff member holding a girl on the floor over pieces of broken glass, and another spitting in a child's face as he was restrained. Will this government finally take responsibility for the kids in their care, investigate Hats Off, and take action so that no child spends another day, another minute in these horrific conditions?
Remind the members to make their comments through the chair. The Minister of Children, Community and Social Services to reply.
Thank you, Speaker. I outright reject the premise of the question from the opposition, insinuating that action has not been taken. Action is being taken, and unfortunately, after years of neglect by the previous opposition, supported by the NDP, we have a situation that we are dealing with, and we'll continue to deal with it. So let me be clear and state again, there is no room in our system for providers who refuse to provide the quality care that's necessary. This is horrific.
Opposition, come to order.
In the history of the child welfare system, we know that there are very hard-working people trying to make this better, but the issues that you mentioned exist. And that's why we're addressing the inspections. It's why we're improving inspections. It's why we're improving oversight. It's why we're improving the data collection. It's why we're improving public transparency. It's why we're making sure that the measures that are needed to address this issue are being implemented. We'll continue this very, very important work, and I thank the member for her question.